sight, out of my end, the blind leading, the blind leading, the blind, the sign of the giant, out of sight, out of my end, the blind leading, the
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we're better than ever. We're maniacs. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Value Wrestling. We're back with your SmackDown review for this SmackDown on Friday, December 13th. Right here, we're going to give you a deep review. We're going to dive deep into this. We're going to make some big announcements. We're going to have a lot of fun. And, of course, I know Mr. Z and I were talking before this show. And, you know, tonight's a special night for some people because they're what's the word? Pretty woman walking down to the ring. Oh, pretty woman. My big girl Nia Jax. Oh, pretty woman. We know that some people are getting their jollies and their happy holidays on already, wishing Santa Claus would catch that dream cake, that whole loaf of bread, that's a fruit cake. You know, that's a 5-pound fruit cake that they want stuffed in or wants to be stuffed in. I don't know, but you know, maybe somebody, maybe at least they could show her how to swing a chair. You know, maybe they could teach. Maybe they could teach her a couple moves. You know, hey, we're not here to hate. You love what you love. You like what you like. Whatever floats your boat, whatever paddles your canoe, whatever jingles your jollies this holiday season, whatever gets your tickles, whatever makes your meat beat. That, ladies and gentlemen, it's about popping tonight. But yes, if you're a Nia Jax fan, I'm sure you were sitting there with a big bowl of popcorn and or you were sitting there with your milk getting ready for Big Mommy. Big Mommy. Nia Jax to come out. And if you think I'm going to leave her alone, if you think I'm going to leave her alone and not talk about Nia Jax and light it on fire, well, then you shouldn't say anything. Because if you come and say, oh, leave her alone, don't talk so bad about her, that's my Nia. Boys and girls, I'm going to burn it down and make it worthwhile. And if you got a problem with it, I don't know what to tell you, but sorry about your damn luck.
Well, that starts off our night nice and easy. I know someone's listening, so I hope he got his jollies for that.
Easy pleasy. Nice and cheesy.
Oh, man.
If you want
That's how
that,
the night starts. And,
if you want that,
all weekend long, brother, all weekend long.
If you want that Nia, I guess you'll never have to worry about where's the beef.
Nice. I don't know what popped me more, the whole beginning of this or what the champ said yesterday.
Man, last night was one of the best shows we've had on the damn freaking channel. Last night, the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast, the Dark Fox Illuminae, the SPW's undefeated, undisputed, dominant heavyweight champion stopped by and gave us a great segment there. He was about on the show for about 20-30 minutes there. And we're talking about everything that was coming up for him, especially SPW Hostile Holiday, which is going down Sunday. And yeah, he said he was going to give a holiday blessing to his opponent, the metal mechanic Bobby Callahan. He was going to make him his ho, ho, ho. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen that interview, if you didn't see that whole show, go back and watch it. It is one of the best shows I think we've had on this channel. There was some great entertainment. when you have the champ on, you never know what's going to say. And if you want to get on here and you want to say whatever you want to say, hey, reach out to us. We'd love to put you on the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast. Or if you'd like to sit down and do a whole interview, we've done an interview with the great legend, a NorCal name, a Bay Area boy. You hear his voice almost all the time and everywhere, whether it's Bingo Loco, Stockton Con, Lodi Con, or whether he's calling wrestling contests like he recently was, or the many, many different commercials I see that he's taking part in, or what he's doing tomorrow and this weekend when he's emceeing and announcing the gaming convention in Sacramento, California at the Scottish Rite Temple in Sacramento. That's going down Saturday and Sunday in Sacramento, California. And if you go check that out on Saturday. If you go back Sunday, hey, before you leave town on Sunday night, stop by Elk Grove, California. Come out and check out Hostile Holiday. It's going to be an event of a lifetime, folks. It's going to be something special. And they added another match today. We talked about Aiden Andrew going 1-on-1 in his big match against the Flying Lion, Marcus Lewis. Name slipping my head for a minute, but you know what? The other half of that all-day crew, Bryce Kuza, gonna step in the ring and go one-on-one with Boyce LeGrand, and that's a challenge in itself. That's gonna be a stiff one right there. Bryce Kuza, one half of the all-day crew, taking on Boyce LeGrand. This time, we're not going to see the all-day crew tagging up in action. They're going to have singles, one-on-one matches. Will they be able to pull off the victory separate, something they haven't been able to accomplish yet since their debut at Ghouls, Frights, and Wrestling Tights this past October?
That's going to be solid, watching these boys, show up, show out, and give it their all. I mean, Marcus Lewis is no slouch. And we've seen at Stockton Con, Boyce LeGrand. That's no man to joke around with either.
No, we've seen Boyce LeGrand. We've seen Boyce LeGrand sprinkled in all over the place. So it should be something fun, something mighty. If you're here, drop in the chat. I see we got people in here. I wonder if you're Nia Jax. Up all night.
I don't know.
Does when Nia Jax come on
him somewhere? If it's not in his pocket, it's on his lift. It's got to be. I know he's got his phone on. I ain't dumb.
When Nia Jax walks down to the ring, does he turn into Boyz II Men and go, "I'll make love to you like you want me to. All through the night, I'll make love to you"? Or does he go Bon Jovi and go like a bed of roses? or does he really, let's go, maybe he starts singing a little, Bryan Adams. Maybe it's a little bit of heaven. Maybe it's, have you ever really loved a woman?
Dude, our age is showing.
Dude, it's all good. I mean, hey, what's worse? Maybe he crawls on the hood of his car and watches Nia Jax and goes, "Pour some sugar on me."
There we go.
Or is his favorite song is he playing over her theme song? Is it going knock knock knocking on heaven's door?
Ooh,
or maybe it's Angel by Aerosmith. I mean, I could keep going. I mean, we could.
Well, we ain't got all night.
Dude, I could go all night, and I'm sure he says, "Oh, I don't have to worry about going all night because I'm gonna be going all night and all morning long." No, we didn't sleep together because we were up all night long. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your SmackDown review. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having fun for us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a SmackDown. It's the eve of the return of the Saturday night's main event. A big match, a big event tomorrow night. Jesse the Body Ventura returns to WWE tomorrow night in an announcement segment. It should be something fun. And the big man's got food. He's got his big meaty quarter pounder. He's got that meat, that big stack of meat. So you think your boy, when he gets a quarter pounder, he names it Naya?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's him at the buffet line. That's him at the buffet line at the old Golden Corral down the way.
Anyway, tomorrow night, Saturday night main event, and it's going to be loaded. Not only is Jesse Bobby Ventura going to be there, I heard Coco Beware is going to be there. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, is going to be there. Jimmy, the Mouth of the South, Hart's going to be there. I heard Great the Hammer Valentine might be there, along with several old names from some of the very original Saturday night main event episodes. What a party it's going to be. What a great time it's going to be.
Well, I mean, we talk about how big of a party it's going to be. Just the fact that they have the body, the voice of Saturday night's main event back at WWE to give us that old school feel to it, which really brings up the nostalgia factor to those older than us that remember when this was hot, when Saturday night's main event was a thing during weekend television.
Yes. So Saturday night main event was something special. And we're going to get to hear the voice of Jesse Bobby Ventura, and I think that's just going to be worth it. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and make the announcement. Tomorrow night, after the Saturday night's main event, we'll be here to wrap up everything that went down. It's a loaded card, match after match, title match. Every title almost seems like it's basically on the line. Oh, and we're going to crown the first ever Women's United States champion tomorrow night. We're going to talk about who got there tonight. So stick with us as we break it down. Jump in the chat. Let us know how you're feeling. Smackdown came to you live from Hartford, Connecticut, just down the road from Stamford, Connecticut. And we get the major announcement that tonight, Solo Sikoa will go one-on-one with L.A. Knight. Yeah! Also, to wrap up the show, we're going to have a final exchange of orders between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens before their big match tomorrow night on Saturday Night Main Event. We're in the ring, and here is Jimmy Uso on a crutch. He is out here solo. He gets on the mic, and we get a Jimmy Uso promo. When he started talking about Big Jim, I think he really hurt himself. I don't know if that Big Jim really helped anything he was doing. I think we see why Jay was the better mic, the better one on the mic. That Jimmy was always kind of limited on what he said. He talks about maybe he'll win the United States champion, or maybe he will go after the undisputed championship. He talks about being proud of his brother, even Solo Sikoa. He doesn't like what he's doing, but yada yada yada. Big Jim has dreams. Big Jim is gonna live his dreams in 2025, but Big Jim is going out in 2024 with a Claymore. Because out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre flies in the ring and hits Jimmy Uso with a Claymore. Officials come down and take Drew to the back. But yeah, this was not Jimmy Uso. It was okay. Then when he started calling himself Big Jim, it really just was like cringe. That's the key word these kids are using nowadays. It was cringe.
Yeah,
it was cringe. Yeah, when he started talking about Big Jim, I'm like, oh, you were okay till you went there. And then it was just like, oh. Mr. Z, what did you think of Big Jim?
First off, it's always cool to see Usos out there, either one or the other, both of them at the same time. It was all right until, like you said, he started calling himself Big Jim. I'm over here thinking Hillbilly Jim. I mean, it is what it is, and then catching the Claymore for his troubles. I mean, we're not done with that just yet, so I'm ready to see what's going to happen now.
We go to the back. We see Tiffany Stratton. It's about to be Tiffy time. She's warming up for a match. Nia Jax and Candice LeRae come in to talk to her. Jax says after Tiffy wins the U.S. title, she won't need the briefcase anymore. They say they'll be watching, but won't be at ringside with her. I'm still not sure. Tiffany is an interesting character. We're going to get Tiffany versus Michin. The winner will go on, of course, for tomorrow night's title match. Post break, we see Drew still walking in the back, and Nick Aldis says he doesn't want to deal with this kind of stuff from Drew. All he does is give him headaches. Bianca Belair and Naomi wander over, and Nick sends Drew off into his office so they can talk with him. Nick says the investigation into Jade Cargill's attack is still going on, but Belair will probably have to give up the tag titles. And this is when Naomi says she'll sub for Jade. Belair knows this isn't ideal, but it could solve this problem. Nick says he'll run it up the flagpole and see what happens. Very interesting. Belair and Naomi, now your women's tag team champions. Very, very interesting. A lot of things being laid there for a foundation. Who took out Jade Cargill?
A little fishy. Little fishy. Just a little fishy.
Little fishy.
Did we get a...
As long as you don't say that about... As long as you don't say that about Nia, because we don't want to upset our viewers.
Oh, no.
Don't call Nia a little fishy. Don't refer to her fishy in any way. Don't talk about fishy Nia.
No, but I was going to say, are we just running it back on who turned on who at this point? I'm wondering if it would throw everyone for a swerve if Bianca was the one that took her own partner out.
Could very well be. Could be Naomi. Could be, who knows? Maybe Jade Cargill took herself out.
Oh, I don't blame her.
Maybe she had PTSD and thought she was back in AEW and took herself out.
No, the crowds are way bigger. You can't say that. The crowds are bigger.
I didn't say it was I said she thought she was back in AEW and took herself out. Follow the logic. Stick with the train. Anyway,
no, if it was AEW, still being catering, waiting.
Yeah. Maybe that's why she took herself out. You see, like she was like, "Oh, I don't want to do this again."
Yeah, there we go.
Tiffany Stratton versus Mishin. The winner of this match goes on the Saturday night's main event in the finals for the U.S. Women's title. A basic solid match here. Nothing great, nothing bad. The back and forth between these two. We had the transfer over the top ropes, Alabama slams. Tiffany tries to Finley rolling, but Mishin slips free and they wind up fighting on the ropes. Mishin headbutts Tiffany down, then Tiffany crotches her. The Finley roll from Tiffany, then she tries a prettiest moonsault ever, but Mishin gets out of the way. Tiffany misses completely, and then Mishin follows with eat the feet and gets the 1, 2, 3. Mishin, 8 minutes, 16 seconds with a big win here. Tiffany Stratton having a hard time getting wins and fell short here tonight. Mishin going on to fight for the Women's United States Championship. Another name that you could say would be very deserving of this title. It would work for where Mishin is right now, so it's definitely probably the right move. I don't know if Tiffany Stratton, with the Money in the Bank briefcase right now, would have been. If she wasn't Money in the Bank, I would say you would probably want to go with Tiffany Stratton. But since she is Money in the Bank and you're looking at her for going after the main title, Mishin would be a better option, and I think that's what works here.
No, definitely. It's more of, you've seen kind of Mishin playing the background roles, the only female in the Good Brothers group, to everything else she's done. I feel like what they're doing with her right now is about as good as it's going to get. Right now, they're pushing her. They're making her look strong. I mean, this title is meant for those who aren't really getting that chance to shine. And you might as well give it to somebody that hasn't had that chance versus someone who already has a Money in the Bank briefcase, or what people were calling for Bailey to win, and all that other stuff was going on.
No, Mishin definitely gives a good competitor. We'll talk about who her opponent is here later, but Mishin definitely deserving. Makes the match worth interesting because you really don't know which direction they're gonna go with this belt. One end you can understand, the other one is probably really becoming the fan favorite for a lot of people. I know there's some haters. They hating. There's a little bit of haters. We ain't haters. We don't hate on nobody. You like Nia Jax? That's okay. You like them chunky. You like them thick. Whatever floats your boat. Hey, no hate. No hate. Anyways, DIY here with a beautiful video vignette talking about, we're going to recap of what happened, how they won the titles, and DIY here, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and this solid vignette talking about how they got screwed out of their championship match, didn't get their rematch, that they soldiered on, and then the Guns jumped the line, and then they finally are, and now they are two-time tag team champions, and they are the best tag team in the world. DIY setting a new era for DIY, a new flavor for DIY, a new spin on the story we all thought we were getting. You know, we all want to see this Ciampa Gargano story play out that we never got the first time, where Ciampa was turning on Johnny Gargano and we were going to have babyface Johnny. And so when we started seeing this go, we thought we were going to see it. And then when we saw Tommaso starting to go heel and Johnny the babyface, we thought, oh, they're going to break it up now. Like, is it really time? We haven't even seen DIY. And then we got Swerve as they turned them both heel. This is going to be good stuff. Can't wait to see how they wrap this in the end, because I'm telling you, this is still going to lead to Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. So eventually, I'm sure something's going to happen, and Tommaso Ciampa is going to take out Johnny Gargano, and we're going to get this story eventually. Triple H ain't going to give up on that story. It's going to happen one day. It's just going to happen in a different way than we thought. But this vignette was great.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, no, the fact that they're turning him, they swerved everybody, turned him heel, which was great. I mean, we know that Tommaso Ciampa plays a great heel, and Johnny Gargano plays an annoying heel. We've seen him with the Gargano family post all of that, and it's just, if it happens, it's gonna blow everyone's mind away. We won't see it coming, and we'll get justice in that final match between these two, because the first time they did it was in an empty warehouse. I enjoyed watching it for what it was, but just to hear the roar of the crowd and to feel the vibe of that room when this finally does happen, that's money.
Yes, it is. After that, we went to commercial break, and then we came back to a Roman Reigns vignette. Roman Reigns is here with the wise man, Paul Heyman, in the background, talking about how it was a rough year for him, for them, for everybody. The spring and summer, everything fell apart. He lost his title. He lost his wise man. He lost his bloodline. The entire bloodline was gone. Most importantly, Roman Reigns lost his Ula Fala. 4 years ago, Solo wasn't here. Roman didn't take the Ula Fala. He earned it. His late father and uncle crowned him with it because he was the man to lead the family. This is a responsibility only he can handle. And we get the idea that on January 6th, on the first episode of Raw on Netflix, we're going to get Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa in tribal combat, one-on-one. Maybe not. He's saying, let's do this. Let's leave our bloodlines in the back. Let them be spectators. This is the way to set up for a big evening when January 6th, the first Raw episode on Netflix, hits the airs. Another great promo with Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman, if you're watching his face in the background, doing what Paul Heyman does. Gotta love this vignette. It was perfectly suited for what it was.
Tribal combat. Now, remember the last time Roman was in tribal combat, we seen one of the Usos fall to that very match stipulation.
Mm-hmm.
But him and Solo, and if they can leave the rest of the bloodlines out of this, you got to give them 45 minutes, folks. It's going to be a hell of a night when Raw hits Netflix.
Yeah. Great way to set up Netflix. Raw on Netflix. It's going to be a hell of a show. We are then back with Legado del Fantasma. They are talking to Nick Aldis. Santos Escobar is sick of Nick playing favorites and lack of safety. Jade and the Street Profits have both been taken out. They are thinking about moving to Raw. Nick wishes them well. Carmelo Hayes walks up to Nick and says he'll make the light work out of his opponent tonight. Nick wishes him well against his mystery opponent, and it'll be up after the break. After the break, we see Carmelo Hayes, him, come to the ring. He is standing in the ring when we hear that familiar music, and transferring in Braun Strowman. This was your basic squash match. Braun Strowman runs right over him, Carmelo Hayes, for a 1, 2, 3 big running power slam for the win. Match went 1 minute 30 seconds. Braun Strowman here on SmackDown as the transfer portal is now open. People can jump ship, they can switch ships, they can get drafted. I don't know what all the ideas here are, but I know there's going to be a lot of big moves as we're heading into the end of the year and the beginning of the Raw Netflix era. Believe me, Raw will be a stacked show when it goes to Netflix.
Oh yeah, you got to think about it. It's to the highest bidder. They're going to be able to call their shots of who they want on that said program. So we're going to see a lot of jumping here. We got a few more weeks left out of the year. Going to be a lot of different turns coming up here soon.
In the back, we see Byron talking to LA Knight. Knight wants to talk to us and says it doesn't matter where he is. He's always handles business. He stayed out of bloodline business. He didn't join the war games. He has no love for any of that family on either side. He only cares for Jey Uso. But now Solo got between Knight and Gold. So Knight's fist will get his way. Solo's a face. After a break, Solo comes down in the ring with Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu in tow. There was a sign that said put Jacob Fatu and Fortnite in the crowd tonight.
Was it my son? Did he have that sign?
Anyways, Solo gets on the mic and he starts to talk before he's cut out by LA Knight's music. And these two men give us a solid match back and forth. Knight counters into a side effect. Knight up to the second rope. Then the big jumps off to the Mega Star elbow. Bone only a near fall. Fatu is pissed and comes from behind Knight to drag him out of the ring, causing the DQ. The match went 11 minutes, 19 seconds. LA Knight picking up the big win via DQ. Fatu then crushes Knight into the barricade with a hip attack. And then Tama sends Knight into the ring so Solo can deliver a spike. This brings out Andrade and Apollo Crews running out to try and help, but the numbers catch up to them and Solo takes them both down with spikes. Solo and company stand tall over a fallen LA Knight, Andrade, and Apollo Crews.
Where did Apollo Crews come from? Jeez.
Catering.
When's the last time we seen him? Yeah, okay, all right, that makes sense. But yeah, no. Let's call it what it is. Jacob Fatu's the savage. You're not going to get any better than him right now. Let him do what he's been doing. There's no complaints here on how what they're doing as far as that bloodline is going, because it seems like they're in panic mode now. So let it play out. We'll see. We'll see what happens to them coming out the rest of the year.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see how these things play out between the bloodline, Andrade, LA Knight, and Apollo Crews here. It should be very interesting how this all comes together and what story is being written here.
Yeah, definitely.
In the back, we see Braun Strowman walking around when he runs into Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly were excited to see him because they're looking for a monster for their musical. Braun takes the script and then hands it back and walks off. Pretty Deadly still excited, though, because they didn't get a no, even if they didn't get a yes. Next, Braun finds Byron. But Austin Theory and Grayson Waller interrupted and eject Byron, then invite Braun Strowman to the Grayson Waller effect. Braun Strowman says he'll see them next week. I don't know how that's going to work out for Grayson Waller and Austin Theory when they have to have the Grayson Waller effect with the monster amongst men, the big old SOB himself, Braun Strowman.
That's a bad move. That is a bad move.
Anyways, the next match, Bayley versus Chelsea Green, to see who will move on to tomorrow night's big match against Mission for to be crowned the first ever Women's United States Heavyweight Champion. A great match back and forth here. Gotta love everything that goes here. Bayley avoids the Unprettier and hits a zigzag, then climbs up top, but Piper pulls Green out of the ring, so Bayley just jumps onto the back of Piper on the floor. Green then launches Bayley into the crowd and heads into the ring. Greeley wants to count, but Bayley beats the count. So Green punts Bayley in the face and then hits an Unprettier and then a shocking clean win at 12 minutes 11 seconds. Chelsea Green getting the big pin, a solidifying pin a clean pin over Bailey. Chelsea Green, Mi Shin, one of these women is going to be the first ever Women's United States champion. Both these women could win this match and be crowned champion. I think most people are on the Chelsea Green train. We want to see Chelsea Green win it. So tomorrow night, a big match there. Chelsea Green, Mi Shin, the Women's United States Heavyweight Championship. That'll be the first ever. Who will win it? Who's coming out on top?
Yeah, no, they did this perfectly, and picking up that huge win over Bailey. I mean, for a minute there was a point there where I'm just like, they're not going to pull that trigger. They're not, and lo and behold, they did. And just like everybody else, I'm juiced to see what happens. Both of these women are deserving, her and Michin. So they're giving us a hell of a match for a brand new title.
Yes.
Perfect.
We see a video from the Motor City Machine Guns. They came here to make a statement, and they did that by winning the title in the tag team titles in their third match. They knew that it rubbed people the wrong way, but they did not expect it from Johnny Gargano, who tossed a relationship of 18 years out the window. They do get it, though. These are the most important tag titles in the business. And now this is a fight. Next week, Johnny gets reminded why Shelley is the teacher and Johnny is the student. We're going to get to see Johnny Gargano and Alex Shelley go one-on-one. Should be exciting.
Well,
should be a solid match.
We already know. Yeah, it's going to be a great match, and we already know how it's going to end. It's not going to end up being one-on-one. There is going to be a little bit of hokey business on the outside, little outside activities going on, but these two toe-to-toe, I'll take it.
After that, we get a video from Shinsuke Nakamura. He asked if we felt the shift. He's going to be victorious and will drag all the false confidence into the light and let everyone see the truth. They will be broken, humiliated, and forgotten. Some say that's what happens after one night with never mind. That only night was just the beginning and never deserved the U.S. title. Now Knight crawls at what he cannot have. Nakamura is like Nakamura is like Thanos. Nakamura is inevitable.
Yeah.
Solid vignette here from Nakamura. They're doing great things with Nakamura. Can't wait to see what they're going to do with this character overall.
Yeah, no, I'm totally fine with it. Like I said, we're getting the Nakamura that most New Japan fans know and love and remember, and they're letting him do it the right way. So just let it ride. Let this man cook. Whatever they're doing with him, I'm good with it.
No, it's solid. They're doing some great stuff. We'll have to wait and see who's next. Come after that men's U.S. Championship and Nakamura. Nakamura definitely set for something special going into 2025 on a new title reign, on a new ride. Can't wait to see how bright the future can be for Nakamura. Definitely. In the back, Tiffany Stratton is walking. She finds Nia, and some people go, Nia. Oh. They get little butterflies in their stomach. They get a little jolly. And it's their favorite time of year. And they wished it was Nia sliding down their chimney and not Santa Claus on Christmas Day. But wishful thinking. I guess you got to dream big. And in that case, you got to dream really big.
That's a pretty big dream there, sir.
That's a lot of loving. For sure, boy could sit down with her, and then it could be a whole lot of shakings going on.
Hey, let him be the happy man that he is right now. He's okay.
I'm so happy. Anyways, Jack tries to console Tiffany Stratton. Not everyone's meant to be a singles champion, Jack says. Candice LeRae walks in and says while Tiffany was losing, Candice got her and Nia Jax a tag team title shot against Naomi and Bianca Belair. Jax seems less than thrilled, but is willing to go along. Jax walks off with Candice. Candice says singles wrestling may not be it may not be the thing for Tiffany Stratton. We get a rundown of the Saturday night main event card. We know that Chelsea Green and Mi Shin are going to fight out for the first ever the women's United States heavyweight champion. Liv Morgan's titles along the line against Io Sky, Sami Zayn, and Drew McIntyre are going to fight it out. Gunther in a triple threat match defending his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor and Damian Priest. And of course, Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Undisputed WWE Championship against Kevin Owens.
A stacked card.
It is a stacked
night.
Saturday night main event. It is a stacked Saturday main event. It's going to be a good showing. It's going to be a fun time tomorrow night. You need to tune in for it. And then afterwards, come check us out as we're going to break it down. We're going to review it. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be fun. It's definitely going to be something special, something we're talking about. I mean, could some major title changes happen? We know one title is going to be crowned. We know that one new champion will be crowned. History will be made tomorrow night. Saturday night's main event when the first ever women's United States heavyweight champion is crowned. So you definitely want to check that out so you can remember when it goes down in history. Who was the first ever women's champion? Where did it happen? When did it happen? And where were you when it all went down?
There you go. There we go. Yeah,
it's going to be a big moment.
It's going to be a great match. That is for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, we're in the ring with Michael Cole. He brings out the WWE. He brings out the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. Cody is in his suit, but no tie, no vest. Cody gets a mic, and then Cole calls out Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens doesn't come out. Not even his music plays. Cody goes ahead and rolls with it. Says Owens apparently isn't here, but the crowd is, so they'll be professional. And tells Cole to conduct the interview. Cole brings up, for one night only, Triple H presented Cody with something for tomorrow night. What is it? But before Cody could share what was in the mysterious case that the rumor mill is stirring about, Kevin Owens cuts him off via video from his car. He says Cole should ask Cody a real question, like how can he be okay with using everyone to finish his little story, but then turn around and team up with Roman Reigns. Oh, he also can ask Cody to be honest about why he did it. And no matter what Cody says, no matter what Cody does, he should remember he was way more interesting as Stardust. This gets Cody a little upset. Cody says he appreciates his zinger, but he'd rather not just wait here. He'll go get Owens. Cody leaves the ring, tossing the title down, stripping off his jacket, unbuttoning his shirt. He walks through Gorilla, which was interesting because somebody was stopping him from walking out there. He passes Gorilla and was hard to walk out the ramp. Calls for Kevin Owens. Owens attacks him from behind. They battle back into Gorilla where nobody was to stop them. Gorilla was completely empty. Then they fought up on the entrance ramp all the way to the ring. Before people finally showed up and broke it up. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes tomorrow night is going to be something worth watching. It's going to be a big deal. Saturday night main event is a stacked card, ladies and gentlemen. Don't disappoint yourself. You want to be there tomorrow night.
No, not at all. I mean, Cody and Kevin Owens, I mean, the writing's on the wall. It's just a matter of who's Cody. This is one of those ones where you don't know who's going to win. I mean, your gut tells you who will win, but well, I'm not the booker man, so I don't know what he's thinking going into this.
No, it's going to be a hell of a match. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens are going to tear the house down here on Saturday night main event. It should be something special, something to definitely check out if you're not doing other things, because I know Saturday is loaded. East Bay Pro Wrestling, Total Wrestling Federation, along many others, having big events tomorrow night within all areas. Sacramento, the Bay Area, lots of wrestling going around. But definitely check out Saturday night main event when you're done with all of that, because it should be a fun time. I know Tony Khan is stacking the deck with Collision. Winter is coming, so he can get people to watch his show, but I don't think it's going to work out in his favor. Mr. Z, I found a brand new ugly Christmas sweater for you.
Well, let me hit this first real quick, since you want to talk about Tony Khan and what he's trying to do. Can we have a moment of silence for Camille being on TV for the very last time after her comments tonight.
Yes, this is
She
true.
went out and said she blames AEW. Yeah,
Yeah.
she blames AEW for poor presentation of her character. So, moment of silence for Camille, who might not
Well,
ever be
Camille, when the
AEW television.
fans were talking about it and telling you to sign with WWE, you should have listened, but no, you decided to go with AEW, and that is on you. Truth hurts, I know. It really does.
Yep.
But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, you can check out Mercedes Moné on Wednesday night on TBS when the TBS Championship's on the line at AEW Dynamite Holiday Bash, where she's going to defend that title against Anna Jay. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will.
No. I'm overwhelmed with joy right now.
Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a busy time. We got a lot going on. As the end of the year comes closer and closer, we move forward and forward. Unfortunately, tomorrow night, there is no event in Yuba City. The Yuba City Stroll has been canceled due to inclement weather. That means the PCW event at Yuba City's Holiday Stroll has been canceled. So the medium-sized man here will not be going up there, but we'll be staying behind to watch some Saturday night main event live, and then we will do a whole post-show review on that. And I'll probably be spending part of tomorrow getting ready for Sunday, because it's going to be a bright and early day as we get everything together to get up there to Elk Grove, California, to the SPW Arena, to the Indoor Soccer World Arena, whatever you want to call it, right off of Kent Street. Go down Elk Grove Boulevard. If you're going down, here's the simple way. If you're coming down on 99, going up on 99, whichever way, north or south, you hit that Elk Grove exit, you go east on Elk Grove, get off that exit, go east, okay? If you don't know east, well, then if you're going northbound, get off and go right on Elk Grove Boulevard. If you're coming down south on 99 out of the Sacramento area, make that left. Go down Elk Grove Boulevard and find Kent Street. When you see those Kent apartments, make that right-hand turn. Take that road all the way to the end. Make the slight left when you see the sign for the Indoor Soccer World Arena. Go through that little gate, wrap around in that big metal barn-looking facility warehouse on your right-hand side. We'll be having probably some soccer go on, but hey, once you get there, go around to the side and get ready, stand in line, and get ready for some of the best wrestling action in the Valley when SPW brings you Hostile Holiday and a stacked card, top to bottom, loaded for sure. And if anybody has a...
after the remarks, I was going to say, after the remarks the champ made last night, if you're not hyped for this show, jeez, man. Check your pulse.
Hey, we're gonna have to sit down and see if we can talk to Bobby Callahan before his big match on Sunday to see how he feels about the champ telling him he's gonna make him a ho ho ho.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him. There's a lot of questions that need to be asked before this show, and hopefully we'll get some answers.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be an awesome card. So far we have the new match announced today. Bryce Kuza, representing the All Day Crew, will take on the Bad Boy Boys for a grand one-on-one. And the other half of the All Day Crew, representing Aiden Andrew, he's going to lock up with the Fine Lion himself, Marcus Lewis. And of course, in the Battle of Grayskull, or Battle with Grayskull, I don't know. Somebody bring me a He-Man sword so I can give it to our boy Scoot Robinson when he goes one-on-one with Grayskull. He's going to need all the power in the Castle Grayskull for this match, I'm sure. Anyway, Scoot Robinson versus Grayskull.
With all the toys that are being brought, I'm pretty sure someone has a He-Man sword in that pile.
There we go. Yeah, Mason Grayskull will be going against Scoot Robinson. Mason Grayskull coming from Kobe Lopez's neck of the wood. If you don't know Kobe Lopez, maybe you know Tyler Black. If you don't know Tyler Black, maybe you know one Seth freaking Rollins. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mason Grayskull coming from Davenport, Iowa, tied up with Scoot Robertson. The SPW Trios Tag Team titles are on the lines as the defending and reigning champions, the Wildfire Chris Blaze, Patrick Fitzpatrick, and the ECW legend, the Smoky Mountain Hall of Famer, if I say so myself, Mustafa Saeed will defend their newly won titles. They just won them last month at Still Hungry by taking down the Honor Society. And this month, they are in a triple threat match with those titles on the line when they face off against Sir Samurai, the Big Hoss himself, the Force of Nature, our buddy Jake Frost, and of course, the ever elusive Eliza Hammer. And when the three of them come together, they are nothing more than the Honor Society. And when you say going with honor, after tonight, there's some images that give a whole different definition of going with honor. But the other big names in this match are going to be Jack Tracy, Nathan Brick, and Jason Xavier. These three men are part of one of the best stables in the business today. When you see the stable, the parallels to the Horsemen are just you can see that it's there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about the appeal. This is going to be a barn burner. This is going to be probably a match stealer of the night. That is a lot of talent in that ring for this big match. And of course,
yes,
get your jingle bells out as we travel to the jungle. Make sure you bring some off. Keep the mosquitoes away as we have a King of the Jungle match when Chima goes one-on-one with his former tag team partner, Dante Daring.
That is a match, folks, that it is going to end up all over the place. I don't see this one definitely not staying in the ring. No chair is safe, and I'm pretty sure there's a table or few that might be used.
We will have to wait and see. Then in another great match, it's going to be a high-flying match. This is going to be all over the place, too. Guapo Lupe is going to step in the ring with WWID Cartwheel Jack Summit. And that, folks, is enough said right there. If you're not coming out just for these two names, one of these names, I don't know what you're doing. If you don't know, you need to know. Get to Elk Grove, California on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be wrapped up with a big, pretty bow when the SPW Heavyweight Championship is on the line in a rematch from Still Hungry. Bobby Callahan, the Metal Mechanic, might have said he got shortchanged. He got ball busted by the champ last month. If you don't know, go back and watch our interview last night with the champ. He didn't have any quarrel about it. He didn't have any issue with it. He told you like it is. He punked out Bobby Callahan. And Bobby Callahan wants to come around again and get punked out one more time. Well, like the champ said, you ain't going to make him a B. He turned around and made Bobby Callahan look like a B last month. We're going to have to see what Bobby Callahan has to say about all of this when we get there. Hopefully we get a pre-show interview with Bobby Callahan to tell us how he feels about the words from the champ from last night. But ladies and gentlemen, the champion, the Dark Fox Illumide, the Obsidian Adonis himself, is going to defend that title against the Metal Mechanic, Bobby Callahan, the super rock star. It's going to be a great show. We're going to have to see how this match all winds up. Will the champ in 2024 as the champion? The champ already believes it. The champ just says it's a fact of the matter because he's the man that's taking that main event spot at the 25th anniversary show. That's one supreme night. He is not just the guy going to the main event. He is the main event. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, that is true. He is the main event. He is the man. And everybody is ready to sign their names on that golden ticket, on that magic clipboard, on that roster sheet. I don't know if there's anybody who doesn't want to go and make that moment stand proud and tall when you talk about SPW 25 years, one supreme night. This is going to be the biggest supreme night you've ever seen. It's going to be El Supremo. Super Supremo.
I'll tell you right now, folks, they're going to need a new building after that night because they're going to blow the roof off. There's no replacing that roof after that night. I'll tell you this right now. And with everything the way it's building, this is just the end of the year, folks. We got January right around the corner, and then we're on full-blown countdown mode to one supreme night. Every moment counts.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be interesting to say the least. One Supreme Night coming up to in April. We still have a couple months before we get there, and we have a lot that could happen. Anything could change. Lots of major events, and this is going to be the last SPW event for 2024. Come out, bring a brand new unwrapped gift. Help us support the toy drive. This is the big toy drive event that come out and help the boys and girls who need a little holiday cheering. Somebody, it's a child that may not be able to get a gift. If you were able to bring one little item, one little toy to make one little boy, one little girl, one little person's glorious Christmas, you could do that. Come out, get you a ticket, donate a toy, come out, have a blast, have fun. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be something special.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready. We are going to be there. Of course, again, let me re-announce, we will not be live feeding this match. We won't be live streaming the match. We will be recording the match, and then it will be coming out later on the SPW YouTube channel, as I understand at this time. We will be putting commentating on it, and then we will hopefully be using some of the footage for next Thursday's show when we show you the fallout, how it all came together. It should be something great, something fun, something glorious.
Oh yeah.
So Friday night's over, and I'm sorry to tell you, Nia Jax is on her way back to whatever, either to her next destination or she's back in her hotel room. I know there's somebody looking for those digits, looking for that number, wants to go check in that hotel, start going down the hallways and knocking on heaven's door. They believe there's an angel among us. When you talk about Nia Jax, and more power to you.
Leave that poor man alone. Leave that man alone.
Look, when you throw yourself out there, when you put it out there, when you say something about it, I just gotta dig the hole deeper for you. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, and if you don't like it, all I can tell you is sorry about your damn luck. Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, be there. We will be there. It'll be the big event of December, and we got so much going on. We'll be back tomorrow night with Saturday night main event review podcast. That's a mouthful. Sunday will be SPW. There will be no weekly roundup podcast on Sunday night, so don't worry about that. We will be at SPW Mondays. We are busy with other affairs. We got to make a return after taking a week off. We got to get back into shape. Yeah, the big man, the medium-sized man, working hard to make something special. Who knows? Never in a million years would I have sat here and thought, because of this podcast, that it would open a door to us walking in to SPW, to allowing us to be a small part of SPW, to not only being a bigger part of SPW, to be in the doors and the places that we're looking at going, what? And what's to come, ladies and gentlemen, there'll be a day, there'll be a time and a place and a day that we can finally make that announcement. And we want it to be one of the biggest announcements on this channel. And when we get to talk about it, it's going to be something special. And it's going to be a day that we are going to hopefully live in infamy for everything it is. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to just. Tuesdays, we'll do your Monday Night Raw reviews. Wednesdays, the New Japan Rebound Podcast. Thursdays, the IWCP, the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast. If you're an independent wrestler, an independent promoter, Northern California, Bay Area, Southern California, Nevada, Chupi, where are you at? We are here to get you on the channel and let you talk about everything that's going on. So check us out on Thursdays. We will hopefully have some of that action to play you some clips of what happened at SPW's Hostile Holiday. We're going to break it all down on Thursday. Friday, we'll be back here with your SmackDown post-show review. Next Saturday, Ugly Dojo, Vacaville, California. Be there. And the next Sunday, we'll be back with the Weekly Roundup podcast as we move into getting to the end of the year. We will get you set up for the Christmas holiday season. And I think everything will be fine and dandy. We will probably have a Christmas Eve Raw review. And then a New Japan Rebound podcast will be probably up on Christmas Day. Mr. Z will bring you the greatest Christmas present on Christmas Day with the New Japan Rebound podcast. How's that make you feel?
You know, I have to because I got to because we are on the road to Tokyo Dome. 3 weeks left. 3 weeks left to Wrestle Kingdom. I got you covered.
Ladies and gentlemen, January is going to start off hot when you have New Japan bringing you Wrestling Dynasty, and then the very next night bringing you Wrestling Dynasty, Fighting Spirit Pro Wrestling doing a big event on January 4th, plenty of other events in January, and we know every third Sunday is regulated to SPW in January. And then right around the corner is a February. February, of course, we're going to be Stockton Con and SPW, and then April, we hear the cries of Rumble Warriors Championship Wrestling making the return in March 22nd. The gates to the realm will be open. Oh boy, oh boy. Yes. They're already excited. We've already touched base. We can't wait to be there. They're excited for us to be there. That's the greatest thing. Lots of love coming from the Rumble Warriors Championship Wrestling. Love everything that's going over there. Nothing but respect and appreciate it. Tonight, Wheatland, California. We know it's a little late. It's probably after all that. The doors are closed. The ring is probably being put in the back of a truck and moved along. But Wheatland, West Coast Wrestling Federation had a big event, maiden voyage in Wheatland at Wheatland High School. Our boy, the champ, the Dark Fox Illuminate, talked about that last night. We hope everything went off great. It was for a special cause. It was for Smile. The champ broke that down last night. Go check out yesterday's video. Please. Some of the best stuff you're going to hear.
Please.
The champ definitely set the stage, gave you a little taste, gave you a little flavor, made you hungry for more. It says that Bobby Callahan was hungry for more, but he's gonna abuse that hunger and make him a ho ho ho. Mr. Z loves that line, so I have to use it at least one more time. You know what?
Like I said, he caught me off guard with it, and I'll take it. The champ brought it, that's for sure.
If anything, I think we have to say thank you to the champ, thank you to the Dark Fox Illuminate for coming, joining us, giving us your time. It's always a pleasure. It's fun. I love the way we connect with the champ. I wish more of you would join us. Honestly, we love to hear from anybody in independent wrestling. We want to make these connections. We want to make independent wrestling great again. We want to make these places. We want to pack these houses out. We want people to know that, hey, you know what? There's WWE, there's AEW, there's TNA, there's GCW, there's all these kind of upper echelons that are here, there, and they're moving around. But you can still find great wrestling pretty much each and every weekend in your local area. And we want to tell you where you can find all that. And we're going to bring you that, and we're going to grow. And over 2025, we hope to expand that bubble and get into more places, because we know Southern California, we know a couple in Nevada. We're hearing from a couple in Oregon. If you look on us, go look on our Facebook link tree in the bio of this video. Go down in the description. There's a link tree. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. You can get connected, because we're even connected with other companies that we're not just finding, but are actually finding us and following us and making the connection.
Yes.
And we're going to help promote the hell out of anybody that we can, because we want to get people back into these seats. We want to get these people back into these buildings. Ladies and gentlemen, independent wrestling is a major important thing, because it gives a place for some wrestlers that may not be on the big stage to recraft themselves, to refine some of their talent, to get back. And it's also the stage for the future stars of tomorrow. And again, you never know who's going to be at any independent wrestling show. SPW's had some big names, and every show you see ECW legend, the Smoky Mountain Wrestling great Mustafa Saeed, and we know that there's other names at different companies that hang around, that are there. Some of these true veterans, these legends that are still doing it just on a smaller scale, because they don't have to do a whole lot. They can come out once a week, get their feel, have fun doing what they love, and it makes it special. Oh, yeah. And that's something that's great about SPW, because SPW has a talent level from the very fresh upcoming stars like the All Day Crew. This is going to be a tag team to be watching. These are going to be two young men that once they find that footing, find that place, find that go, they're going to be something special. And then you got some great names like a Jack Tracy, these mid stars, a Chima, that have something, that are starting to find their floating. And then you have stars like a Dark Fox Illuminate, Jack Summit, these names that are right there on the cusp of being either they are found or they're going to be found, and they're going to be etching their names in those big leagues. They're going to be on TV sooner than later because they are knocking on those doors, and then you can step into the doors of like a Sir Samurai and a Mustafa Saeed, who are using their knowledge, their experience, their history in this business as long as they've been in it to share with these younger talent to create some of the great talent of tomorrow. Some big names. I mean, that's what SPW brings you. They bring you a little bit of every level of professional wrestling that you may not get to see everywhere.
It's always a great learning experience, folks. Telling you, you want to get down to these events. That's all we keep telling you guys. Just go to one. Just go to one. It'll change your life. Just go to one.
I promise you go to one, you'll be going to every one. You'll become if you come out to SPW Hollister Holiday, you'll be a fan. And you'll be ready to come out every third Sunday. Every third Sunday, you'll be at every event. And then eventually, give it about 6 months, you'll be on every event they have. You'll be tracking SPW down, and then you'll be following all these other names because they wrestle all over the place. Because all these shows we go to, there's cross promotions, there's names that we know. I mean, we see our boy Chima, who we have nothing but love and respect for almost everywhere these days.
Yes.
And we're running the names like the legendary Chupacabra. Big name.
Yeah.
In the independent scene, Journey Fatu, part of that bloodline family line, former tag team champion in SPW with his brother Jacob Fatu. Ladies and gentlemen, you just never know who you're gonna dance with. Never know who you're gonna meet. And you can go back on this channel. You can watch these events. You can watch our live interviews. We have met a plethora of names that just kind of make you, if you sit back, it blows your mind. Whether I talk about Always Ready, Matt Cardona, and AJ Kirsch, a Chavo Guerrero Jr., an El Chupacabra, a Journey Fatu, a Tarzan Duran, and all the other names that we talk about. Jack Summit.
I mean,
the Illuminate.
You got to think too. You got the referees that we've met over time, which are great. We had that interview with Sparky Ballard. He's a well-known NorCal referee. That man's been all over the place. Just the knowledge and stuff that all these men and women have, you can't beat it. You can't. You just come out and take either. If you want to learn, there's plenty of places to go learn. And if you want to come watch, we'll tell you where to go, folks. We'll tell you
if you want to learn, there's some great learning trees to learn from. And I'm sure at one point, I think, you never know. You never know what opportunities come learn. Let alone just come out to these shows. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, one show will just be something special that you're never going to forget. And then you can come all the time because it's not over expensive. You can bring a family. It can be a fun night. It's once a month. If you do it on the once a month schedule, it's something special.
It is. You've seen it. We've seen the fans there. Your regulars and everybody.
Oh, we've seen a packed house. And I'm telling you, SPW fans are wild. There is a solid crowd that gets in the chants. I mean, if we can go back to Hostile Holiday, we can go back to Ghouls, Frights, and Wrestling Tights. The All Day Crew are beloved. The audience, when the All Day Crew come out, that All Day Crew chant is insane. The we love it chant there. Yep. The Honor Society, when they come out, the Pops. Man, I'm telling you, if you miss that special feeling of being around wrestling fans, if you miss that love, or you feel a little less connected to wrestling, and you want to find that passion again, come to an SPW show. Sit with these fans. Come talk to us. Come talk to these wrestlers because they are the most giving of stars you're going to find. And this is an opportunity where you can get to know these stars on this level and get to know them now. Get to spend time with them. Get to ask them questions. Get one-on-one time with these guys because they are always there. Intermissions after the show, they are mingling with the fans. The fans are there. It is something that you're not going to get at a WWE, AEW show. Yes, Tony Khan makes his rounds, but I mean, there's something different when you can go to an SPW show. And there's not a barricade to get in between you and the person you're trying to really talk to.
There you go, folks. Enough said.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to say goodnight. We thank you for joining us. For the few people who showed up here at the end, this has been your SmackDown review. If you didn't get the SmackDown review, you may have to go watch the beginning of this show we kind of followed a path. We talked about several different things, and we navigated in a whole different world. But thank you for being here, and we will see you all on the next one.
Good night, folks.